So, if you've been keeping an eye on the AI space lately, you've probably seen a new acronym floating around, MCP. And I'm guessing if you're like me, you immediately thought, okay, what is that now? Yeah, exactly. It's a totally fair question. It feels like it just appeared, and suddenly it's being talked about like this really important piece of the AI puzzle. But here's the twist. Asking, what is it? Well, that's actually the wrong question. To really get why MCP is a big deal, we have to look at the problem it was built to solve. It's not about the what, it's all about the why. See, MCP didn't show up because AI suddenly got way smarter. It showed up because we started asking AI to do more than just chat. We wanted it to actually do things, to access our files, use our software, and work with our private data. And the moment it stepped out of that chat box, we had a brand new, very real problem on our hands. Think about it like this. Imagine you have an incredibly intelligent guest in your house. They can understand complex conversations, they can reason, they can learn, but they have absolutely no built-in understanding of boundaries. They don't know that the office is off limits or that the top drawer of your desk is private. They don't know which tools in the garage are dangerous. The problem wasn't intelligence. It was a complete lack of structure. Okay, but wait, couldn't we just tell the AI the rules? Just write a very clear prompt that says, hey, don't open this folder, or you're only allowed to use this specific app. Seems like an easy fix, right? Oh, people absolutely tried that. But it turns out prompts are, well, they're fragile. It's like writing a rule on a sticky note. The conversation shifts a little and the AI just forgets or misunderstands. Text isn't a control system. So then we got plugins and APIs, but that created a whole different kind of chaos. It was the Wild West. Every developer had to invent their own rules and manually wire everything together. It was a complete mess that just couldn't scale. So, if just telling the AI what to do doesn't work, and building custom rules for every single thing is a nightmare, what's left? How do you actually get these things under control? The answer was to stop thinking about it as just another feature or a clever instruction. The real shift in thinking is this. MCP is a contract. It's a formal, binding agreement between the AI and any system it wants to interact with. And just like any good contract, the terms are crystal clear. It spells out exactly what the AI is allowed to see. It defines precisely what actions it's allowed to take. And, probably most important of all, it specifies what it must never touch. The guessing game is over. The rules are now enforced by the system, not just suggested in a prompt. This really gets to the heart of it. We're seeing a huge shift in the industry, away from just chasing more and more intelligence and toward real governance. It's about making and enforcing rules. MCP isn't designed to make AI smarter. It's designed to make it safe, predictable, and trustworthy. Okay, that makes total sense in theory. But what does it actually change in the real world? Like, how does an AI agent trying to do a job act differently after it has this contract? It's really the difference between an unsupervised intern and a professional system. Before MCP, an AI agent was like a brilliant intern you just left to its own devices. It would guess which tools to use, sometimes it would even hallucinate actions that weren't even possible. It was creative, but totally unreliable. With MCP, it acts like a proper, integrated system. It doesn't guess anymore. It formally discovers what it's allowed to do, and it operates strictly within those hard boundaries. And that is the whole point. For you and me playing around with an AI, a bit of creative chaos can be fun. But for a business, for an enterprise, reliability is everything. They have to know with 100% certainty that the AI will follow the rules. Every single time. This makes AI safe, and it makes it auditable. That's why this is such a game changer for them. It almost feels like this isn't some shiny new feature then. It's more like the foundational plumbing that was missing this whole time. So now that we have this reliable rulebook in place, what does that foundation actually let us build? Well, it unlocks some huge possibilities. First, it's the key to letting AI run safely on your own computer, interacting with your private files without you having to worry. Second, it's how you get multiple AI agents to work together on a complex task without creating total chaos. And finally, you can see how this becomes the backbone, the essential framework for a true AI operating system in the future. So, when you boil it all down, MCP is kind of boring. It's a protocol, it's a rule book, it's just structure. And that is exactly why it matters so much. The technologies that truly change the world aren't always the flashiest. They're often the boring, reliable foundations that everything else gets built upon. Which really makes you wonder. Now that our intelligent guest finally knows the rules of the house,